Let's go.
Welcome, chaps, to episode 50 of the Lifted Lifestyle Podcast. We've made it.
We've done it.
Half century, man.
We're here.
Although we were speaking yesterday, and what's his face has done 1,000. What's his name?
Chris Williams.
Chris Williamson. So
Yeah, but we had a nice convo about it in the kitchen.
yeah,
It wasn't really a conversation. I said one thing and H was like,
I agree.
I agree.
But yeah, to celebrate episode 50, we're doing a pod giveaway.
Woo!
So
we need enthusiasm.
I reckon there's a button that I can press here.
It may be early, but we need enthusiasm.
Surely there's like a celebration button.
Yeah, like a hurrah!
You should have just said a cat. Anyway, for the for the giveaway, we're giving away 3 things. Number 1, to be pretty aligned with the pod, a £50 Airbnb voucher.
I think that's pretty good. It doesn't sound like a lot, but if you're someone who likes a weekend away,
Yeah,
you could even use that in this country if you're bent.
yeah, that'll be a bit odd, but I don't know.
But £50, you go to like Prague or something.
Yeah, you could get a weekend away.
Yeah, that will probably pay for it.
You'll also get a 12-pack of Monsters because they've kind of sponsored the pod, realistically, and one of these OC hoodies in a colour of your choice. To enter, the details are down below, but screenshot this, put it on your story, and ideally share the link. If you press share and then copy link, you can then share the link to the pod.
Tag Lifted Lifestyle, the Instagram account, in it so we can actually see who's done it.
Yeah, so the actual Instagram name, if you're not following it, is the Lifted Lifestyle Podcast. And tag that, follow the pod account on IG, and make sure you subscribe to the tube.
And you're entered.
/ the Spotify, depending on what you're listening or watching to. And that'll have you entered. We will do the draw next week. So on next week's pod, which will be filmed on Tuesday. So you've got 7 days to enter to be in the chance of winning.
Oh, they don't have 7 days to enter, though.
Why?
Because this pod will go live on Friday.
Oh.
So they'll have Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Okay, we'll announce it in 2 pods' time.
Yeah, okay, so you've got
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. 12 days.
You've got a long time to do it.
Get freaking on it. And obviously we'll post reminders to the pod account as well. So yeah. Thank you for watching for quite a while if you have been.
Yeah, if you're someone who tunes in every week.
Yeah, big respect.
Thanking you.
We've had a few consistent
I also want to ask one more question.
Yeah.
If anyone watches from a different country, even if it's like Ireland,
yeah,
I want to know. So put it in the comments.
Yeah, it would be quite interesting.
Yeah, I'm hoping we've got some, like, I don't know. Imagine if we've got some from like fucking Uganda watching or something. Like, that'd be sick.
Get him an Airbnb voucher.
Throwing his hut in Uganda. I didn't mean that. I didn't mean it.
Might not be in a hut.
Yeah, he might be in a hut.
I mean, if he's watching this, he's probably not in a hut.
Yeah, he's probably got Wi-Fi.
Probably.
Good point, mate.
So, yeah, get yourself entered, and thank you for watching if you have been an avid listener over the last 50. We've had some key listeners.
Yeah.
Some key question askers.
Yeah. I definitely think there's a few, though, who probably do listen to quite a lot and maybe don't interact.
Yeah.
So if you're one of those, start interacting. Don't be scared.
Just say hello. I mean, we're normal guys here.
Yeah.
Maybe not so normal, but anywho.
I'm just praying we've got some, like, Brazil Latina, like, watching the pod.
Why do you want that, mate?
I didn't say that. I didn't say it. I didn't say that.
So today we're going to do a bit of a Q&A special to wrap up the 50 episodes and potentially give some insight into pod antics, etc.
Yeah.
So let's just rip through. I think we've got a couple from a few different areas. So do you wanna go ahead? That's the first one. Pick one out.
What was the moment you realised the podcast was actually building some momentum? Also, we didn't say this at the start, but we actually worked out over the 50 episodes, we've had like just over 25,000 listens.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
which is mental.
For a pod as well.
Like, imagine 25,000 people in a stadium. Like when I go to Blackburn, yeah, that's like a 30,000 stadium.
Yeah.
And that's never full. But if that's full, it's like, Jesus Christ.
That is actually quite cool, isn't it?
Imagine 25,000 people in one room.
Yeah.
And we were doing a live pod. I'd shit myself.
I would get a bit insecure. Get a bit scared. Sorry, what was the question?
Where is it? What was the moment you realised that the pod was actually building some kind of momentum? I think this is a tough one because there's probably not really been a set thing where we've been like, shit, the pod's actually kind of cooking. Because it is, like anything, it's up and down.
Yeah, I mean, we've had a few episodes that have gone bigger than others.
Yeah.
We've had a few episodes that have been...
We've not spoke about this, have we?
This isn't fantastic.
It's not good.
Basically, we had one of our episodes that did quite well. We were kind of gassed about it. Pretty happy. Yeah, get the feet out right now. Male feet on pod. Just to try and get the algorithm going. Yeah, we got put onto a person's playlist. And the playlist was called Male Feet on Podcasts. And
I've got 'em out, baby cakes.
Clearly, there's quite a lot of people that followed this certain playlist. So we ended up getting like an extra 1,000 views from people clicking on that playlist saying that they like feet. So
that's actually really mental to me.
Yeah, the weird thing is though, the pod that we did it on was actually like we didn't have our dogs out.
No, I think there was one, like there was like a minute of it where HL crossed his legs like I'm doing now.
Yeah, had a brief moment of dog, but like...
Yeah, but you still had your socks on.
Yeah.
Like, there's not been any pods where we've just been sat here with our toes out.
Should we just sit like really close to the camera with dogs?
With toes out. If it's going to help, I'm so game to do it.
So, yeah, that out of the 25,000, that probably got us about 1,000 views. So, yeah, thanks to all the dogs lovers for watching the pod.
It's a shame you don't like fitness and
that would help.
living
Really.
a cool life.
That would help. Yeah, I don't think there was a specific moment. Like I say, there's been a few pods that have kind of popped off a little bit.
Yeah, it's weird because the pods that have always done better from our, like when we've had a little analyse session, the ones where we talk about when we've been away.
Yeah.
Or the sort of S to D tier ones seem to do pretty well.
Yeah.
And it makes sense because at the end of the day, YouTube's still like an algorithm platform, isn't it?
Yeah, I do.
So you do sort of have to think of topics that you think like, okay, it's actually going to do pretty well.
Or at least the like packaging of it. I do think though the Spotify is actually a lot more consistent in terms of numbers.
Yeah.
YouTube's like really up and down.
Yeah, like YouTube can go from like 70 to like 3,000.
Yeah. But the thing I do notice is YouTube, when you're filming a YouTube video, you can be a little bit more... You can have slightly more expectations on whether something's going to do well or not.
Yeah,
whereas with the pod, it's just like potluck. Got no idea whether it's going to do well
Agreed,
or not.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think...
probably in agreement there, aren't we? There's no real moment. I think from like a personal standpoint, I think when we probably got to like 20 episodes, I was like, okay, like we're actually in the groove of doing it.
Yeah, we have a pod.
Yeah, like we were talking about this yesterday in terms of other content and stuff. And we're sort of just trying to plan the week out a little bit better of what we're going to do when. And we both said like, okay, we're probably not that consistent on our own personal YouTubes. And it's because it's not planned in.
Yeah.
Like the pod, we literally don't even have to think. It's just like we know Tuesday morning we get here and we do the pod.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think when you get to that point where you just like, we just do it.
Yeah, yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think with a pod or anything really, it's just like trying to rack weeks together.
Yeah, just consistency.
It's not hard really, is it? Like sit down with a camera in front of us and have a waffle.
Yeah, I started reading a book last night, by the way.
What?
I know. So I was in bed with Hannah, and she was reading, and I was like scrolling through YouTube, and there's nothing I wanted to watch. This is a bit off topic, but I'm hoping there's something I'm going to apply. I don't think there will be. But, and she was like, "Why don't you read your book that I got you?" I was like,
"What book was it?"
So I was like, "Fine. I think you've read it. The Atomic Habits thing."
Yeah, I have indeed.
So I started reading it, and like, I get what I'm only like 30 pages in, but I get what bro is saying so far, but for me, it's one of them where it's just like this is obvious.
I think I actually, before reading that, already like very much revert to the general notion of what Atomic Habits talks about.
Yeah, so like what I've read so far is this is where it's kind of relatable. It's just like being the 1% better every day rather than trying to make a big change.
Yeah.
Because it's likely that big change won't happen. Whereas if you just do the 1% improvements, like it's not noticeable at first, but when you actually read it from someone who's written it in a book, it just seems to stick more.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah,
and like obviously there's like the graphs and stuff in there, and then he was also on about like this is probably relatable to the pod, is like not thinking about the goal. So for us, it's not like we're not thinking about we want to get to like 1,000 subscribers on the pod.
Yeah,
it's more like the actual system.
Yeah.
Of doing it.
Yeah,
like
process.
how we, yeah, which is incredibly relatable to fitness.
Yeah, I talk
business,
about that a
whatever.
lot to clients.
Yeah,
and I try to apply it as much myself as well. Like systems have a much lower likelihood of breaking.
Yeah.
So like as much as a lot of the time you can get into the psychological side of things and all that sort of stuff. Most of the time, if someone's struggling with something, like I try to put some sort of system in place to get them out of it. And I think you can be wishy-washy and try and dive into the mental side. But at the end of the day, you always end up applying some sort of like specific action that you're going to try and do time and time again.
Exactly, yeah.
Which ends up building a system.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the reason why I wanted to read the book, because I think it is there's like a lot of applicable stuff.
Yeah.
That I could potentially take from it.
Yeah.
For the field of like what we're in terms of gym and business.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty much like build systems, take the 1%. There's
which
a bit
is
about like
so relatable.
Changing your identity a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I think generally we try to do that.
Yeah,
naturally.
It's one of them where and I knew this anyway, but when I was reading it, I was like, it's actually quite like eye-opening when you actually think about it a bit more.
The biggest thing about it is then actually taking stuff away from it and actually doing it.
But that, again, it's the same with everything, isn't it?
Yeah, it's so easy to just like, that's class.
Yeah.
You know, if you're watching a YouTube video or whatever that's telling you to do something, you're like,
yeah, I'm going to fucking do it. And then you wake up the next day and you're like, I'm not doing that. Yeah. So
that's a good one. Little
I don't really know why it's
from Elle Woods.
I don't know why it's relatable, but it just sort of came into my mind, sort of in terms of the pod, just like the consistency we've built.
Yeah, big time.
And not really thinking of where we want to be, but how we're gonna get to that.
Yeah.
Next one. Sorry, guys, I rambled there.
No, that was good. What's been the biggest lesson you've learned since starting the pod? Actually, kind of related to this. If you go back to episode 1, what advice would you give yourself?
Okay. So episode 1, I think when we came up with the idea, I think for me personally, I definitely thought, this is just going to bang straight away.
Yeah.
Because you have all these ideas in your head, like, we'll travel to all these places, we'll do podcasts on them and talk about training, whatever. And you're like, this is going to cook. But obviously life just isn't like that.
Yeah.
Like, we're not going to be going away every fucking other week to somewhere new talking about it.
No. As much as I'd like to.
Yeah, we'd love to, but I know at some point, hopefully from the systems we've put in place, we might be able to do that. Yeah. We will be able to do that.
How about we repost the pod, win the Airbnb voucher, and then we spend it on going away?
Great idea. And then we can do another pod. Great. Everyone's happy.
We're just giving back in.
So biggest lesson?
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Like, it's not just going to cook straight away.
Yeah.
And I think maybe not from... I've not learnt this in a specific pod or a specific time, but it's just like consistently realising that this is not a week by week game. It's like you've got to be thinking in years, not weeks.
Yeah.
To try and build this, which I think applies to training as well. Like if you're trying to think week by week, it's just not going to be as good for you as if you've got a a year-long, 2-year-long vision that you're trying to get to.
Agreed.
Or even longer, to be honest. Like, realistically, you're not going to build anything awesome if it's any less than 5 years.
Exactly. And it is hard to remember that when you're actually in it.
Yeah.
I think we spoke about this. Like, you do have pretty shit days where you're like, why am I even doing this?
Yeah. Which I was listening to a podcast yesterday, actually. It was literally talking about this exact thing. And he was just saying, you're always going to think, whether it's business or training or anything like that, you're always going to be thinking, like, why am I essentially inadequate at this thing?
Yeah.
Because it's your expectations always grow, and they're, at least for me, and I think this is the same for quite a lot of people, they're always going to be slightly ahead of where you're actually at.
Yeah.
Because you're always just reaching for a little bit more. And unfortunately, there's two ways you can go. You can either go, take the pod, for example, well, that person's just got lucky, or that person is, they've got more money than me, so it's easier for them. So you can make those excuses, or you can just say to yourself, actually, we're just not good enough at this yet to be where our expectations actually are.
Yeah.
Which is the same in like training, in business, in podding. Like, if you kind of accept that, but can also step away and not just beat yourself up for not being good enough, then that's kind of the position that you grow from, I think.
I agree. Yeah.
As long as you're not going, I'm not very good at this, and therefore I'm a horrible bloke.
Yeah, I get that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then you're not getting down on yourself, but you're also accepting that you need to be a lot better to be where you need to be.
I also think as well, back to the sort of the goals thing, is like, sometimes I think setting goals actually can make you a bit complacent.
Yeah.
Because let's say if you don't think big with your goals, okay, and they're like actually really easily achievable, which for some people is great if they need to make like a lifestyle change.
Yeah.
It's great, but it can almost make you complacent because they're so easy to get to, and then subconsciously, I've got this goal, I can just like take my foot off the gas a bit.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. I think that comes down to like setting them, like short term. You might set little things if you are struggling with a certain something, just to like really boil it down to the basic. But if you've not at some point expanding that, to again like the decade thinking, then
you're just always going to be sort of stuck in the same cycle.
Yeah. Like even with the coaching, if we do it for another 10 years, we're going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Not only at coaching, but at everything.
Yeah.
If we carry on at this certain trajectory. So you kind of just got to like really stick in.
Yeah. Like we said, there is going to be shit days, but as long as you know you're doing everything that you can be doing, I think there's sort of no way it can't work out.
Yeah. Like this pod, I mean, like there's no reason why we shouldn't get to episode 500.
Yeah.
And
definitely.
At that point, we'll be better at podding. We'll be better at, I don't know, making the thumbnails and all the little things that will start to make a difference. So, yeah, I guess to go back to the question, my advice to HL Pod 1 would be thinking long term and just keep trying to get a little bit better, I guess.
1% better, man.
Yeah, awesome things.
It's quite a good one. What's one thing that we've implemented that's been sort of a game changer for our own progress?
Around the pod or around?
Doesn't say.
Kind of anything.
I'm guessing it just means anything.
Let's
go in terms of like gym progression, in terms of like progression within your physique. What's one thing you've done? Maybe why don't we do it since we started the pod? Which is a hard one because we're already obviously very dialed in a year ago.
So yeah, it's a little bit more than a year ago, right?
Yeah. Just over a year.
So this was since coming back from Havar 1.0.
Yeah.
What have I changed? I think if I'm honest, there's still quite a lot of stuff that I could do better.
Yeah. But I think you're always going to think that.
Yeah.
I think for me, right, it's actually understanding like delayed gratification.
That's very philosophical of you.
Yeah, thank you. Going out with big words today.
In what sense?
So I think before, for me, it was like, especially before we started the pod and went to HVAR 1.0, it was very much like if I did something and it didn't work, I'd just be like, oh, for fuck's sake. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's like, and yeah, obviously, again, I still have days like that now.
Yeah.
But I think it's just understanding that, for example, if you do a reel and it doesn't do great, not just fucking raging, actually thinking like, okay, like why is it not done great? What can you do to improve that? And just understanding that the stuff I'm doing now isn't not beneficial.
Yeah. I think that's the same with training, really. I think I've got a lot better at kind of taking a step back. I guess what we do for the guys that we coach is like taking a step back and looking at the bigger picture a little bit. Like my own training, for example, I was just trying to do a hip hinge over and over and over again, and every time my back would hurt.
Yeah, so it's like, why are you doing that?
It's like taking a step back from that and going, okay, what's actually the best stuff I can do to try and gradually get myself back to my best, which I'm not at yet, at least from like hip hinging perspective.
Yeah, I think that's hard though when it's your own.
Yeah. When
it's your own training compared to a client's training.
Yeah.
Because you've got that like emotional attachment to it.
Yeah.
So it's like instinct to just get frustrated and just trying to keep going with it.
Yeah.
When you know it's not the right thing to do.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the other thing I've done is tried to move faster with whatever I'm trying to do in that certain phase. Because before, I've done a lot of waiting around.
Yeah, bro's done like 1 million forever cuts.
Yeah, like it's just not ideal, is it?
No.
And then post-cut, I'll just be like faffing around, staying around like 94, 95 kilos, like, oh yeah, no, this game phase isn't working. Like, it is working, I'm just not being consistent enough with it.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it?
So like I've really tried to make sure like whatever I'm doing, I'm like moving fast, trying to get what I need to out of that specific phase.
I think what I've probably noticed with you over probably the last year is, well, you are still a bit like this, but not having like all your focus on one thing.
Yeah.
I think because you are so business minded that it was taking over.
It's almost
and you were letting your not letting your training slip, but like you said, like your phases were just getting dragged out because you weren't fully concentrated on them.
Didn't really know when I was starting what and how long I would be doing anything for and things like that.
But now you've like actually sort of been like, okay, like
I think that's just like having a bit of an obsessive personality.
Yeah. Yeah, like you're very, and it does definitely have a benefit. You can like you just hone into something.
Yeah. The negative is it's like hone into one thing.
Yeah, and then it sort of takes away from everything else.
Yeah.
But then I'd say I'm similar, but for the stuff that I want to do.
Yeah.
So, like, I want to train and I want to have a good physique. So I almost was probably putting the business side of things on the back burner.
Yeah.
Because I was too concentrated on my own.
Yeah.
So I think it's just learning to be able to do it all.
Yeah.
Which you can do.
Which, to be honest, the thing that's actually helped that a lot is being here.
Yeah.
Because if I'm being like, I don't know, like you've been bullying me for like getting a meal deal all the time.
Yeah.
Like I've stopped that now. I'm out of the meal deal phase, right? Just because he'd be going, oh, but yeah, you got
another meal deal,
another chicken salad, mate. And like, oh, okay, it's kind of fine,
it's not the end of the world.
It's not like the best thing that I could be doing.
And like I knew that you knew you could do better than that.
Yeah.
But the same thing applies for you to me with the business side of things.
Yeah.
There's been so many times where I'll end up just doom scrolling and HL will be like, what are you doing?
I just turn around and give him the eyes.
Yeah, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I know.
The thing is, I think you're really good at the like client-centric stuff.
Yeah.
I think you box that off like really quick, getting back to check-ins and messages and all that sort of stuff, which is like the kind of foundation of...
It's just the stuff that's going to help to grow quicker. I'm not good at because I don't like doing it.
Yeah, and it's like, it's again another one of them where it's you got to wait quite a while to see if it's actually going to be any good.
Yeah.
Realistically, you're going to do like 2 weeks content. It's all going to be shit, and
Yeah.
that's just the game.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I think being in here has helped a lot with being able to manage multiple things at once and at least doing everything well.
Yeah. So one thing, okay, going back to the question, one thing we've done to like our routine that's helped, I'd agree, probably being here.
Yeah, having a bit of accountability, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's a bit of a fluttery word, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I think if you actually have it in place, like, it does actually make quite a big difference.
100p.
Especially if you respect, at least somewhat, the person that's telling you to do something, and kind of agree with it yourself, then it's useful, big time.
Yeah.
Okay, what's one topic we've avoided talking about on the pod, but potentially should talk about? Have you got anything? I feel like we're pretty open on this pod, to be honest.
One topic that we think we should talk about, but we haven't.
I think potentially we've not talked about like personal inadequacies that much, especially on my front. Like sometimes I'm washed at certain stuff.
Yeah, well, I guess we sort of just spoke about that then, haven't we?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, maybe people probably do. We probably do come across a bit on the pod as like we're like the perfect people. Like we do absolutely everything, but that's not the case.
No. Again, that kind of comes back to the start, doesn't it? And like we do have quite high expectations. Yeah. So to a normal, from someone looking in, even if they did see absolutely everything, they'd probably be like, "Oh, these lads are trying to cook."
Yeah. But for us, it's always need to do more. Yeah. I literally spoke at the weekend on text, and we were just like,
"What we're doing?
Yeah, need to do more. Fucking bums."
But like again, this compared to a year ago is like a huge difference.
Exactly.
In kind of what we're doing on all fronts, really.
Yeah. And definitely over the past few months.
Yeah.
I think again it's leveled up massively.
Yeah.
Well, again, that comes back down to having here.
Yeah. And I guess something else we've not really touched on that much is kind of like our own mindsets towards things that maybe aren't going as well as like we actually want them to.
Yeah.
It's obviously quite a big thing, but again, like, just trying to trust the process, man.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Ooh. So what's one thing that we used to do with clients, like when we first started, that you wouldn't do anymore? I can think of one off the top of my head straight away.
I think
the coaching for a start has always been very good.
Yeah.
But
the systems around the coaching haven't, but the actual like person-to-person interaction, I think, have generally been quite good. Or
something that you used to believe was really good that you used to do with clients.
Yeah,
I probably you would never do now.
I think there's two things that come to my head. The first one is from a dieting perspective. I used to be very comparative between my own kind of nutrition expectations and said client.
Yeah.
So I mean, this is like right at the start, but like I'd be kind of worried if I was putting on someone on less than like 2,000 calories.
Yeah. Because even though they're like 60 kilos.
Yeah.
And
because for me, like I have done now on my rest days.
Yeah.
But like I've gone like slightly below 2K. Yeah. But that's obviously because I'm like 6'6" and 100 kilos. Yeah. But at the start, I don't know why, because I definitely knew this.
You knew it, you just felt wrong.
Yeah, it felt wrong to be putting someone on that food. But realistically, like, actually 95% of people need that.
Yeah, 100%.
So that's one thing I've changed. The other thing I've probably recently, in the last sort of 6 months, gone away from is the sort of if it fits your macros approach.
Yeah. It just doesn't, for me, right, it just doesn't work.
Yeah, I think to someone, like if you went and did it, if it fits your macros, you'd probably be absolutely sound.
Fine, yeah.
But I think it's very easy to make if it fits your macros very bad.
Yeah.
You start having like the vast majority of your carbs from like super refined sugars.
Yeah.
You start having most of your protein from, I don't know, stuff that's, very easily digestible and doesn't have very many macronutrients, etc. And then all of a sudden you bloated have got like gut issues. It's kind of no surprise.
Yeah. I think with if it fits your macros, it's like trying to find the easiest way.
Yeah.
Which then, like, yes, it might be easier in terms of like a convenience standpoint, but it's not actually beneficial.
Yeah. I think the best closest thing to that, if you do quite like it, is kind of at the start of the week planning out meals.
Yeah.
See if they do fit your macros, but then also seeing if they do tick the other boxes as well.
Yeah, agreed.
So then you're getting the variation, but you're also kind of making sure everything's still actually somewhat healthy.
Yeah. I think as well, when you're dieting, it makes it even harder.
Yeah.
Because you're always trying to find ways to make your food unreal.
Yeah.
And you just end up doing weird things that aren't going to help.
And the thing on that is, like, most of the time, most people don't make their food unreal anyway, whether they're dieting or even paying attention to the nutrition. Yeah. So, like, you don't suddenly need to make it some sort of, like, Michelin star meal.
Exactly, yeah.
It can still be reasonably nice and tick all the things that you need to. So, yeah, they'd be my two things. Have you got one?
So the one thing that jumps to my head is, and I think this is just because of what I was doing at the time, is really trying to push people like really hard in gaining phases.
Yeah.
Like trying to gain like excessive amounts of body weight like very quickly.
Yeah.
I think that was at the start potentially just down to trying to get results really fast in terms of them looking a lot bigger.
Yeah, I think
when it's not actually beneficial to the client.
There's very occasionally a place for it, isn't it? But
yeah,
that was also at the time where it was kind of a trend to just be like
100%.
Unnecessarily fat.
Yeah, like you literally get fat.
Yeah.
Like there's no other way around it.
And like you get quite strong.
Yeah.
It kind of works if you just want to get strong.
Yeah.
But you don't want to be fat, do you?
No.
And we were in the same boat. Like we were both fat.
Yeah, like when we went to Croatia the first time.
Yeah.
We were huge.
Bolus tings.
Like nobody wants to go to the gym to then go through a gaining phase and look like you have never been to the gym and in a worse position.
Yeah.
Because of how fat you've got.
Yeah.
And fair enough, right? If you can do it and you've then got the discipline to diet and make it productive, at the end of the day, it's not actually going to be the end of the world.
Yeah.
But you are just making things harder for yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think the vast majority of people would rather not be out of shape for 9 months of the year.
Exactly, yeah.
Or even, doing a 2-year gaining phase and being out of shape for 24 months.
I think for like people who are bodybuilders,
yeah,
and like that's their sole focus, they probably don't care.
Yeah.
But for like your gem pop people, they don't want to go in a gaining phase and just look really bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah.
We've spoke about it before, haven't we? Like if you actually do a gaining phase for a long time, it becomes a lot more easy to be complacent and start kind of missing out on things that you would be doing if it was a little bit short and you kind of had an end date in mind. So yeah, no point getting aggressively fat, fellas.
Yeah,
just do a well structured gaining phase and you'll be cooking. Is there anything we've changed from a lifestyle and balance perspective since starting the pod? I did a post if you're not seeing it, about the episode 50. I said, we started this pod after coming back from a holiday, wanting to show how it's possible to live your life, get in good shape without missing out on the memories that you make, which is literally like basically everything that we do is to try to be able to do more cool stuff.
Yeah. Again, I think from my perspective is we've spoke about this again on pods, but like your balance has to change.
Yeah.
Depending on what you're doing at that time. So to be honest, I actually think since when we started the pod, I probably now have less balance. But for me, that's what I want to do, because I know that doing that now is going to benefit me in the long run.
Yeah.
Like for me, I find this really weird how people say like, oh, you need to enjoy like your early 20s and stuff. Like I do get that, But for me, I'd much rather work really hard during my early 20s and just set yourself up then for a better life.
It's also not like you're having a shit time.
No. But like people from like 20 to 25, they'll just like work 9 till 5 and then just go out, spend all their money on a weekend. Like, yeah, that might be fun for 5 years or whatever. To me, that's not really fun anyway. But then like you've got the whole rest of your life then where you're probably not going to have much fun.
Yeah, that's pretty peak, isn't it?
Like if you're not focused on your career or what you're doing or trying to earn money,
yeah,
how are you going to enjoy from 25 to
yeah,
80 or whenever you die? You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like for me, that thing, that sort of narrative just doesn't like
yeah.
sit right with me. I don't know why. I might just be boring. Who knows? But
Yeah, no, you just start feeling like a bum, don't you?
yeah,
There's nothing
like,
worse.
I don't want that.
Yeah. Would you say there's anything that you've changed for like your mindset around balance from kind of pod 1 to now? Would it be that it's like variable?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think also, I don't know if it's that relatable, but sort of just understanding that you can say no to stuff.
Yeah.
Like before, if I knew like our friendship group was going out or whatever, I'd be like, yeah, I'm there.
Yeah.
But now I'm not bothered about saying no.
Yeah, if you don't want to do
If
something.
I don't want to do it, yeah, I just won't do it. Like I don't care anymore.
Yeah. For me, like that's rarely the thought process rarely like to do with physique development stuff. It's more just like feeling awful.
Yeah.
Afterwards.
I agree. Yeah, like I remember I went through a phase probably just before we started the pod, early last year.
Yeah.
Where I was generally on a night out every weekend.
Yeah.
And do you remember? Like, it wasn't even just like I'll go to like the local for a few pints. It was like I was in Sheffield like every weekend, Lincoln, out in Borchie till 2, 3 a.m. And I remember there was just one morning I was with Hannah and I was like, what am I doing? Like, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's fun, like, but it then just ruins you for the next day and days after.
But that's exactly that, isn't it? It's like aligning with what you're trying to get with the life you live. And I mean, if you could do both, and you could wake up and feel absolutely sound and get everything that you want to do, then that's like, fine. You might still do it.
Yeah.
But like, that's not really that possible.
Yeah. And I just fucking hate it when people are like, they push it's your early 20s, whatever. Like, get out, enjoy yourself. Like, oh,
I think I just generally hate camps.
Yeah.
Camps of certain
like that's what I'm doing right now.
No, but it's you're saying it's a spectrum.
Yeah.
As opposed to, like, you're not saying you shouldn't be going out every weekend.
No. But I think you do have to sort of, like you said, look at the bigger picture and just be like,
like if you are smashing it every single weekend, like really heavily, you are going to have to accept that there is a downside to that.
100%.
Which is essentially what we speak to clients about. It's like just explaining, well, first of all, this is your goal. This is what you're probably going to need to do and not do to get there. Is that all right? Or do you want it to be a bigger goal or a smaller goal?
Yeah.
And change the inputs and outputs off the back of that?
I think realistically, right, you can do whatever you want with your life, but obviously you just have to understand there's going to be implications with what you do.
Yeah. I mean, there's a push and a pull to literally everything, so be active with your choices.
Yeah.
I think is what I try to preach.
Yeah, I think for me the thing I was weighing up, okay, like I'm going out, I'm having a good time, but then the next day I'll get up, probably feel like shit. That then throws me off for the rest of the week. Whereas now I'm like, okay, I don't get to go out, and sometimes I might be like, oh it would have been nice. But then I'm like, okay, well, I'm waking up, I'm fresh.
Yeah.
And I'm setting myself up for a good week.
And then also when you do go out, it's way better.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Because you feel like you've earned it a bit, but also
you've not done it every single week.
Yeah, it's like a new thing.
Yeah.
Which is nice. So yeah, I think our approach on balance has generally stayed fairly similar, but maybe it's just become a little bit more nuanced to the individual situation.
Yeah.
But I think it remains the same, like go on holiday, enjoy yourself, come back, lock in.
Yeah.
What was it that we used to say? Was it like beyond when you're on?
Yeah, we
And
were about it on the pod. You gotta be like a light switch.
Yeah, that's it.
You're on when you're on. You're off when you're off.
If you dialed, be freaking dialed, so that when you do decide to go and enjoy yourself, you can be like, yeah, this is class.
Yeah, it's mint.
Yeah.
It actually heightens every other experience.
Yeah. And that's not necessarily like saying day to day be absolutely perfect, but you might as well have a shot at being reasonably
Freaking
perfect.
Good. Yeah.
And like if something goes wrong, no stress, man. You've done your best.
Yeah, I think for me, right, the best way of saying it is I feel so much better when I get in bed at night and I know I've had a mint day, rather than when I get in bed at night and all I've done is go out.
That's exactly what we were speaking about yesterday, wasn't it? Like, what are we actually going to try and do this week to make sure that we finish the
on
week
Friday.
Good
week. Yeah. I've got a good one here.
Yeah, go ahead.
So if we could have any guest on the pod, who would it be and why?
RT, man.
Yeah, that's what I was. There's two names. RT is one of them.
RT and Mikey T.
What a surprise! What a surprise!
You know, I was actually really close to asking him yesterday.
Really? Yeah.
So I walked out there and saw him, but he was on the phone. And I was in the gym. I was like, do you know what? I'm just going to go ask him.
Yeah, just send it.
So I went back out of the gym.
You actually went back to go
where
and
he
ask
was
him?
at, and then he dipped.
Oh.
I was like, oh no.
I don't know what the play is with it. Like, really, we keep saying like, how are we going to do it? Like, but I think
I was just going to send it. The thing is,
it's probably
like,
the best option.
There's pretty minimal benefit of him coming on the pod for himself.
Yeah.
Like, that's just the case. If we were a massive pod, then maybe.
Yeah.
But if he says no, then like he says no. No, it's not really.
It's not the end of the world, is it?
We'll just ask him on episode 500 when we're freaking
massive.
Yeah. And then we'll go, Ryan, mate, you're not quite got enough followers to come on our pod. No, we'll always have Ryan on if he offers.
Yeah, if he offers, he can come on every week if he wants. He can be the Ryan. We'll change the name to the Ryan Terry podcast.
Yeah, we'll just leave actually.
Yeah,
just
and
give him
just
the pod.
It's weird though, isn't it? I think that's a credit to him that we actually feel like if we just went and asked him, he probably would say yeah.
Yeah, potentially.
I'm not definitely, but I think there is a good,
a
decent chance. Like the guy is actually really fucking nice.
Yeah. The thing that I don't want to do is like, I know he's busy. I know he's got loads of stuff going on.
Yeah.
So I mean, you know, if someone asked me to do something, not necessarily a pod, but if they asked me to do something I didn't really want to do because I've got other stuff on, I'd be a bit like,
yeah.
That's the main reason why I wouldn't want to.
Yeah.
Like, I'd be slightly held back from asking him, but like, you can say no.
And he's not even one of them where like they're like an influencer and they say they're busy when they're probably not actually that busy.
Yeah.
Like, I actually think he is stupidly busy.
Yeah.
So maybe he's got 45 minutes to spare.
Maybe. I was just going to ask him, like, look, we've got this pod, we film it in your gaff. Does RT want to host the Lifted Lifestyle podcast with me and Leo as guests?
And all we do, like, it would be sick because we'd probably just get questions together.
There's loads of stuff I want to ask him, really.
Yeah. Because there's so many avenues to go down with him.
Yeah.
Like, you've obviously got his Olympia, you've got business.
I want to talk to him about his training style and everything, really. But yeah, basically,
so
just need to
sick,
get some balls and ask him. But essentially, I just feel a little bit bad because I know there's like much less benefit to him
than us.
And that's not even saying that like we want to get him on to get the pod to blow up.
Yeah.
Like, I just think it would be a class pod.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah. I was kind of just going to go up to him and say, look, you can say no if you want, but we've been doing this pod.
I think that's the best way to do it. Like,
do you want
no hard feelings?
Yeah.
You say no. I haven't got the balls to do that.
Yeah.
I can't do that.
Yeah.
But like the other day, like I literally asked him one question the other day, and he was happy to. I was speaking for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So he's like,
just stick a mic on, man.
Yeah, I just put secret mic in his pocket.
Podcast. Ryan.
Quick, get the intro going.
HL just sneaking in the background. I'm here as well. This is really interesting, lads.
No, I do. It's not even one of them where I think it's not a definite no.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Just need to get some balls.
The more unrealistic one is obviously Mikey T. That's probably not going to
Yeah,
happen.
I don't know how I'm going to go about that, to be honest.
Yeah, I could fly to Dubai and just force one of these mics in his face. You've got to do
Just
it
knock
now,
on his
Mike.
door.
Just
Deliveroo.
stalk him. Yeah, he opens the door, we just barge him down.
Oh, that's a good pod set you've got there. What do you talk about here?
He's on the pod with like ropes around him, strapped to a chair.
Don't think I'd be able to get him there.
Right, should we do one more?
Yeah, one more question. Wrap up episode 50. Do you want to go? Okay, this is quite a good one, and we can cross transfer this to training, to anything. Let's go. What is the most common reason someone doesn't see results despite putting effort in? We are freaking masters at this, by the way.
Yeah, we are, yeah. So I think, right, if someone can put a lot of effort in, it can almost sometimes be too much, where they go out the gates way too quick.
Yeah.
And they put so much effort in, and because, especially within like physique development, right, you're not going to see a change within 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So if you blast it for 2 weeks, that's great, but if you've got to understand that you're not going to see results probably from doing that. So it's more like,
yeah,
I don't know how to explain it.
It's having a shorter term mindset.
Yeah.
Which makes you feel like, you know, you're honed into this thing, it's all you're thinking about, and then you drop off.
Yeah.
Whereas, to be honest, like, you want to put as much effort in as you can if you really want to be great at something.
Yeah.
But I think without knowing that, okay, this is the effort that you're going to put in for the next couple of years to be like really, really good at something, then that's when you get this like quote unquote burnout.
Yeah.
But like, I think burnout is it's definitely a thing if you don't really like doing the thing that you're doing.
Yeah.
But I don't think
at the end of the day, you shouldn't burn out from something you enjoy doing.
No. Which is why it's very easy for us, because like we love training, so it's very easy for us to say, oh yeah, just go train.
Just go do it, yeah.
But if you don't like it, then I can understand why
it's hard.
It would eventually drop off. But I guess try and make the effort that you're putting in worthwhile to something that you're actually enjoying.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I agree. Try and get that mindset to be thinking much longer term. Or else that effort that you put in is going to be very short lived.
Yeah, and you're gonna feel like you're almost let down.
Yeah.
Which obviously isn't good.
Yeah, and I think, to be honest, if you are putting a lot of effort in and you're actually really trying and not kidding yourself, you actually probably will make quite a lot of progress.
Yeah.
If you give it enough time.
Agreed.
There's a lot
You
of
will,
people,
definitely.
yeah,
You definitely will.
There's a lot of people that I'll speak to that's like, yeah, I'm really trying to gain weight and it's just not working. And I'll be like, well, how much weight have you actually gained? It'll be like, oh, I've gained like only 1 kilo over the last month. It's like,
that's pretty good.
Great.
You're still moving in the right direction, aren't you? Yeah. Again, it just comes back to the like understanding that to get to that long-term goal, have those shorter-term goals. Like,
yeah,
for me, that would be a good month.
Yeah.
I'd be like, sick, I've gained 1 kilo this month.
Yeah.
In 12 months' time, I'm going to be 12 kilos heavier.
Yeah, and kind of going back to what we were talking about earlier, if you are putting a lot of effort in and it's actually not working, then you're doing something wrong and you're not good enough at what you're doing.
Yeah.
Which is fine, but now you've got to reach out to someone or go and try and learn yourself. Fire alarm or door? Yeah, reach out to someone or go try and learn yourself what you're actually doing wrong and improve.
Yeah.
So the effort that you're putting in is actually worthwhile.
Yeah.
And
you need to be putting effort into the right things.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So I guess just get better.
Just be better.
Get better, do better. The effort is fantastic. Keep that up. But try and actually improve on what you're doing at the same time as just putting a shift in.
Agreed.
Good stuff.
Good pod. I enjoyed that.
Episode 50 wrapped up, fellas. Reminder, details of the giveaway will be below. Screenshot this pod, share it to your story, follow the Lifted Lifestyle Podcast on Instagram, subscribe to this.
Easy.
Bosh, you will.
Easiest steps ever.
And thank you for everyone that's been listening for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate the support, man. And
if you're from a different country, let us know.
yeah,
I'm really wanting to
comment it
know.
down
I'm
below.
praying there's someone from a different
So we get
country.
an A to Z of countries
literally.
listened from. Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
So yeah, we'll see you for episode 51.
Nice.
Ciao.
Did they?